talk about enough as it pertains to Black Houston is the independent music game. You know, the Bay Area and Texas as a whole show the world, I think, that they can get it without anybody else. I mean, you can go from gold or platinum or close to platinum just in the state of Texas, you know, and Houston is the heart of that, you know. So I remember back in the day, man, like just coming here and just watching, you know, Southwest distribution, you know, and just everybody just getting their money without having that light on them, you know. And of course, Rap-A-Lot, what Rap-A-Lot showed the South, like think about the stuff Rap-A-Lot was doing, you know, 15 years before anybody even thought that it was possible. You know, I was coming here back in the day with Odd Squad and Trinity Garden and, you know, groups like that, like way back in the day, man. And, you know, then I moved all the way through, you know, I met Uncle Face, who is still my mentor to this day. It was funny, I was talking to him and I told him I was here and he was, you know, was working on some business. I think he had to go, I forgot where he had to go, but he was like, man, I'm going to fly back early for you. You know, who does Face fly back early for? You know what I'm saying? You know, UGK as a whole, but Pimp C was a very good friend of mine. He was one of the dudes who counseled me. You know, UGK was one of the few groups who were from a small town like I was from and was able to garner and capture sustainable success. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of questions that I had, a lot of rappers couldn't answer because they were from Houston, they were from Atlanta, they were from New York, they were from LA. You know what I'm saying? I was from a place where I was totally the focus. You know, so, you know, just musically, culturally, you know, the things that Michael 5000 Watts did for me. You know, we were, you know, chopping up music, screwing music like on a worldwide basis, you know, and helping to push the culture further, you know, and I'm just grateful to even be considered.
My last question for time. Black health.
Right.
First of all, you look good.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so I want to talk about, I know you've been very vocal about.
Well, first of all, what I want to say is very important to me. I need to make sure that they know to go and support the new single. That's really important because freedom fighters and those who stand for the culture and really mean it, our people a lot of times don't have the social, spiritual, or physical understanding that they need to be supported and taken care of. So we usually give our money and our support to people who take it away from our community. So I want to be clear, new single, Swinging. I need sure that everybody supports that. It's Swinging, aka Chad, featuring Bun B. Go to davidbanner.com and buy everything. You know, I do want you to go stream and pre-order and all that, but I would rather you buy it directly from me. You know what I'm saying? Texas, we was talking about that independent game. Got a new movie coming out. Make sure that they also subscribe and watch the David Banner podcast. But what I'll tell you is I'm able to hear God clear, you know, when I'm healthy. I just got off my blood pressure pills. I was 17 points from diabetes. I'm totally clear from that. I had sleep apnea. Like I'm away from that. So I don't know how much it affects me as far as my writing and as far as my skill. But I get a whole lot more money when I have abs. You know, they buy a lot more music. You know what I'm saying? When I can shake my little toot. You know, but no, seriously, I want to be our children's superhero. You know, both on the screen and both off the screen. And the way that you look has a lot to do with that. And the one thing that I do want to say before we depart is I am one of the few artists that Black people allowed to grow up. And I appreciate that. Most artists who, you know, made the change that I made, Black people walked away from. They didn't walk away from me, and I'm grateful. Thank you, Texas.